Hi, good morning. My name's Ellen Storm. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a raw vegan paediatrician and poet working in the northwest of England. So there's a few things that I think I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about poetry, and I'm going to be talking about food, particularly plant-based nutrition, and I'm going to be talking about child health. And how those things kind of interrelate. So I'm going to be talking about my various journeys in these different departments. I think I'm going to be talking a bit about my professional journey. So I am a higher specialist trainee in paediatrics and child health. I'm in year 6 of an 8-year training scheme, and I've just had a special interest module approved in gastroenterology, hepatology and nutrition. So I'm excited about that, and I'll probably be telling you a bit about the things I'm learning. So I'm going to be talking about a bit of science. I'm going to try and keep that fairly simple, fairly plain English, but you know, I do have a habit of going off on, you know, tangents and maybe overcomplicating things. So if you think I'm doing that, please do tell me, and I'll try and stop. So again, you know, yeah, whatever you would like me to talk about, whatever you would be interested in, please let me know, you know, and I'll try and respond to questions or, you know, concerns that anybody has. So just, we're going to chat, hopefully, and generally talk about some topics relating to lifestyle, diet, lifestyle, health, and creativity, particularly creative writing and poetry, because those are kind of my things. So, yeah, on talking about the poetry, I had my first collection of poetry published in May of this year, 2015. So that was published by the Hippocrates Press, and it's called Rupture. Here it is. There it is. So it's a collection of poetry on medical themes, really. It is personal poetry as well. It's about my journey. It is about, you know, things that I've encountered along the way, and also a little bit about, there's the front and the back, a little bit about my parenting journey as well in there. So I had that poetry book published after I won the Hippocrates Prize for Poetry and Medicine in 2014 with my poem Out of Hospital Arrest. I'll probably read some of my poems, but I'm also going to read some poems by other poets that I like. So I'll be doing that and talking about those, why I've chosen those, and I think that'll be nice, that'll be fun, and it'll be a bit, so it's going to be a mixture, I think, of poetry and medicine and science. So in terms of the science, I have a master's degree in public health, which is a kind of, for those of you who don't know what public health is, it looks at health and disease from the perspective of the whole population, and also from a prevention aspect as well. So it relates to the scientific discipline of epidemiology, and I'm quite interested in nutritional epidemiology, which is where people look at connections between diet and diseases, and look at what we can learn in terms of why those diseases are happening. You know, we're quite sick at the moment as a society. I think we have a lot of chronic illness that we didn't have in the past, and lots of rates of diseases are going up. And one of those diseases is Crohn's disease, and ulcerative colitis, so inflammatory bowel disease. That's something I'm reading about at the moment. I'll make a different video about that, I think. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you what I'm reading at the moment. So this is Lifestyle Related Disease in Crohn's Disease, Relapse Prevention by a Semi-Vegetarian Diet. That's an nutritional intervention study that was done in Japan. And here's another one. So this one's got my red pen all over it. But anyway, this is review article, evidence-based dietary advice for patients with inflammatory bowel disease. So those are things I'm looking at the moment. I'm going to make another video about that. I'll probably write it on my blog as well. So I blog at www.kidseatplants.com about nutrition and child health. That's more of a scientific and also website, and also some recipes. You know, I try to make it a resource for people. It's got lots of links on there to interesting sites and stuff like that. So so that's that. And then I've also got, coming back to the poetry, I've got www.ellenstorm.com, which is my poetry and creative writing blog. That's got some more details, you know, about the book and where you can buy it. So and also about, you know, readings and events that I've got coming up. So you know, I'm going to finish by reading a poem, because I like reading poems, and you know, I'm trying to read a poem every day, at least one. It's part of my course. Did I tell you about my course? So I'm doing an MA in creative writing at the University of Lancaster. It's a distance learning course. I'm about halfway through it. Yeah, that's been great. It's really challenging. It's really taken my writing into new territory. So I'm quite excited about, you know, I always say about poetry, you know, the most exciting poem is the one I'm about to write. And I don't know what it is yet. And it's probably going to be the same for YouTube videos. You know, the most exciting YouTube video is the one I'm about to make, and I don't know what I'm going to say. The old ones, you know, well, they just go into the archive and that's it, you know. But it's, yeah, anyway. This is The Journey by Mary Oliver, who is an amazing poet. This is from Dreamwork. There it is. And it was the only poem I could think of, immediately the poem that I thought of to read for my first YouTube video, because, you know, because it's a journey, because making YouTube videos is a journey, writing poetry is a journey, and I'm on, you know, various journeys in my life, parenting journeys, dietary journeys, professional, paediatric journeys, and whatever else, I'm sure. This is The Journey. One day, you finally knew what you had to do, and began, though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble, and you felt the old tug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried, but you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognised as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save.